are into hosting an event for the growth of your business, maybe you host quarterly or monthly summit in your business to maybe for to create more visibility or to build a business that truly aligns and bring in the right people, or you just love events and you want to be able to bring people together and collaborate with other amazing entrepreneurs, then I wanted to take this moment to share this video on a different angle I don't see a lot of people talking about when it comes to hosting an event and like the emotional and leadership capacity or the leadership work that actually goes into hosting an event. So instead of going into the strategy, the tools, and all of those things, in this video, let's talk about the real behind the scenes of how you actually leading yourself in your business. And that's what we're going to be diving into in this video. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. Once again, my name is Sharon Samuel Adikwe, and I am a business alignment strategist and systems optimization consultant for ambitious entrepreneurs who are doing great work, but it feels like behind the scenes, there's still the system who is holding everything together. The client is coming in, they're getting the revenue, but the back end still seems empty. Their work week is still reactive. And I come in to help them clean up that messy middle so they can build a business that truly supports and holds their lives and not interrupt their life. And so I'm very, very excited for this video because in this video, we're going to be talking about an angle, right, that I don't see a lot of people having. An angle that people don't talk about when it comes to hosting events, when it comes to building a business that truly nurtures them, nurtures their freedom, nurtures who they actually want to lead and be like. And so that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. In my business, I host a quarterly summit. And in this quarterly summit, we host events where I bring people together. I bring experts from different fields, and I call it the Wealthy and Resilient Audio Summit. And in this summit, we talk about building a business that truly enriches you, a business that truly makes you feel at home, and a business that truly reflects the leadership and the growth that you want to have. I want to talk about a different angle that I don't see a lot of people sharing when it comes to hosting their own events. A lot of people talk about the strategy, they talk about the tools, the systems, and all of those shiny things, but not a lot of people talk about the leadership that goes into hosting your own event. Hosting your event is a leadership work. I feel like it's 60 to 70% leadership, and the other things are your tools, your systems, and all the other shenanigans. So I want to talk about 4 leadership traits that I was able to uphold that really truly supported me to successfully host my event. And this is like things that I've seen in the last 2 events that I've hosted. The first one I hosted was around April of 2025. And then the second one I hosted very recently at the time of recording this was July. There are 4 main leadership traits that I see that I really wanted to speak to. The first one is to be able to trust the participant. This one is really huge because I remember at the start of the first time that I ever hosted an event, I was really trying to babysit, right, the clients. Like I was trying to follow up, I was trying to engage and all of those things, which is good, amazing, right? But what I ended up discovering is I was not coming from a place of trust. for the participants. And while we got great results, things came out well, they did the work, and all of those things. It felt like I had just babysat them, right, all through the experience. And so I believe a trust for your participant is a huge factor in hosting successful events. Like, this is my big belief. Trust in your participant can come in different ways. For example, you're trusting them and you're not giving them too much that you feel like you have to like put on all of this content pieces. But if you're not trusting them to actually lead themselves, your summit might not be a successful one, or it might not be to your expectation. So I feel like trust is a huge one. Trusting your participants is a huge one when it comes to hosting event, because now it guides how you are delivering it. It guides how you will be able to sustain your own energy when it comes to hosting your event. And also, trust in the participant is very important, because when you're able to come from a place of trust in the participant, the energy is felt, and you induce them to actually do the work. You induce them to actually to actually engage with the resources. So my very first summit, I didn't come from a place of true trust, like in sincerity. I wasn't coming from a place of trust, deep trust for the participant. I was still trying to babysit them. So it showed in the energy, it showed in the participation, it showed in the way people showed up. And I felt that energy, right? But in the second one and in subsequent one, I look forward to really leaning more into trust for the clients. Really leaning into, I know that you are a superpower. I know that you're a powerhouse, and you can lead in a way that supports you, that holds you, that allows you to be able to create your business. Because here's the thing, the participants, the reason why they're joining that event is not because they're looking for more resources or more things. Yeah, there are few that just want you to build up resources, but the true ones that you actually want to bring in, they're actually people who are committed to growing their business. They're entrepreneurs who are committed to evolving their business in a way that truly reflects their leadership. They're committed to evolving their business in a way that truly reflects how they want to lead the business. So when you come from a place of trust for the client, everything starts to shift. So that's one leadership trait that I kind of discovered, and I'm actually looking forward to fully upholding in my next summit experience. The second trait that I really loved is I made difficult decisions. So we definitely feel like summits can be, everything should run smoothly. And personally, as a system optimization consultant, like I said, I believe that leadership is 60% and every other thing is systems, that in the back end, right? And strategy as well. I believe leadership is 60%, strategy is 30%, systems is 30%, strategy is 10, 15%, or 10 to 20%. So there is that tendency that a system strategist, I'm like, I want to make everything smooth to the T, right? I want everything exactly as they should. And when they didn't, I freaked out, legit, right? And I was almost like praying to God, like, should I give this up? Should I not do this? There was this energy leak that came up. And then making difficult decision wasn't something I thought I would make. So I made some difficult decisions, like turning down some guest speakers because they were not in alignment. to my values. They were not in alignment to how I wanted to lead the summit. And somehow that was a difficult decision for me. So I feel like this is something that we get to cultivate as we host our summit, as we lead in our summit and, lead the summit that we are holding. Because if it feels like you're trying to just work on things, maybe just build the systems in the back end and leave every other thing and accept everything, you find out that at the end of the day, you are not loving the result. Even if you made maybe some money from the summit experience, but it's not in alignment to your values and the vision because you were afraid to make those difficult decisions, it immediately will reflect. Like you will immediately notice the drain, the shift, the energy shift happens. So making difficult decisions was a second leadership trait that I discovered from hosting my summit. So if you are at that point where you're looking towards hosting your summit, or you maybe don't even know it's something you would do right now, but something you might do in the future, I really invite you to lean into upholding your leadership, upholding the vision, upholding the values, and not being afraid to make those difficult decisions because they will come. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The difficult decisions will have to be made. You will have to make them, right? And so the third thing that I noticed, the third leadership trait that I was able to uphold is setting boundaries. I feel like a lot of things is not said about boundaries. When we set boundaries, all of those things. Setting boundaries can come in different ways. Boundaries with ourselves, boundaries with the participants, boundaries with, depending on what type of summit you're holding. For me, audio summit, I didn't need to have a lot of boundaries set up for participants or even guests, right? So a lot of boundaries, like you need to be ready to set those boundaries. Boundaries to protect your energy, your capacity, and your time, your involvement. Like boundaries to be able to protect those things are really, really valid. They are really, really important. So boundaries is very, very key. And that is a leadership trait that we get to start to own and we get to start to explore as we host our summit. And finally, is staying grounded in your values and the vision. Because, like I said earlier, when we're talking about making difficult decisions, staying grounded in your values is very, very important. Like it allows you to create a space that truly nurtures the right set of people. When you're grounded in your values, when you're grounded in your traits, in the vision, it allows you to stay true to what you're actually creating. You will be able to make those decisions, even if they're difficult, they will become simple to make because you are grounded in your values. So these are the four traits, the four leadership traits that personally I was able to cultivate, and I still am cultivating as I host my own summit. So I would like to know which of those traits is standing out to you. Which of those ones, if you're hosting your summit right now or you're looking to host in the future, which of those traits is like speaking to you right now? Let me know in the comments. Just drop that in the comments. Which of those traits is speaking to you right now? I'm so excited to have been able to bring this to you. And if you're looking for support, I have a link in the description. So be sure to grab that for your systems support. Maybe you want systems built for your next summit. That's something we can support you with. And I'm looking forward to seeing your own summit And I know you're going to do amazingly well. Thank you for joining me in this video. I look forward to connecting with you in the next video. Bye for now.